Hello everybody. I am going to discuss with you once again the death of a partner. Today I am taking up the situation when the examiner wants you to prepare the executor's account, and along with that, on the date of death, he also wants you to prepare balance sheet. Generally, the balance sheet is prepared at the end of the financial year, either 31st of March or 31st of December, whichever the date. But death takes place on any date. It may not be the 31st of March or 31st of December. However, if death takes place on 31st of March or 1st of April or 31st of December or 1st of January, then my dear students, there is no difference between retirement and death. The only difference is that instead of writing the retiring partner's loan account, we will write there the executor's account. That's the only difference if death by chance takes place on 31st of March. But generally, the date is different from the closing of the year. Death does not wait for the closing of the year. Therefore, what have you to do in case the problem states that you have to prepare balance sheet as well? So we can prepare the balance sheet, but as you will notice during the discussion, the balance sheet will be incomplete, because it is not the end of the year. So what is to be done when you do everything to prepare the balance sheet, but at the end the balance sheet doesn't tally? So there is something that you have to do that I will tell you when I reach that point in the balance sheet. So for that purpose, I have taken a question in which one of the partner dies on 30th of May. The partner dies on the 30th of May. Now 30th of May comes 2 months after the closing of the year, or the partner dies on 30th of June. The death comes 3 months after the closing of the year, or the partner dies on 30th of September. The death comes 6 months after the closing of the year. So you have to see to it when the death has taken place. So in this question, I have taken the death to have taken place on June 30. That means 3 months after the closing of the year. So let us see the problem and try to understand what it has for you. So in this question, the death has taken place on June 30. So A, B, C are partners, share profits equally. Balance sheet as at March 31, 2004 is this. There are creditors, there is general reserve, capitals A, B and C, and this is the total, machine, stock, debtors. A very small balance sheet I have taken in order to explain the concept to you. Intentionally I have taken a small balance sheet and I have not taken many adjustments. A dies on June 30, 2014. On this date, machines were revalued. They were valued at 91. So they are 1 lakh, they are valued at 91. And stock is worth 56. It is 50, it is worth 56. This is for preparing revaluation account on this date. Goodwill was valued at 1,80,000. 1,80,000. The average profits of the last 5 years were 5,70,000. And A's share of profits up to his date of death is to be based on these average profits. This also basis has been given. Last lecture I told you there are 2 bases. One is time basis, the other is, what is the other one? Yes, it is turnover basis. So in this case, it is the time basis because average profits are given. If the average profits are not given, you are given profits of the 5 years total up, divide by 5, you will get the average. But in here, the average itself is given. So therefore, a share of profits up to date of death is to be based on average profits. So students, prepare revaluation account, capital accounts and balance sheet as on the date of death. So it is a challenge to prepare balance sheet on date of death, because this is not the closing. Only 3 months have passed. Closing has to come after 9 months, but we have to prepare balance sheet. See what we will do. We will proceed as I told you last time. We will proceed as we do in case of retirement. We will proceed exactly as case of retirement. Prepare revaluation account, prepare capital accounts, find out the balances of the capital accounts and take those balances to the balance sheet, and also the assets revalued figures will be put in the balance sheet. Everything is to be done in the same way, and then ultimately we will try to match the or tally the balance sheet. Then what will happen? So I am going to do it before you. So here is the revaluation account. I prepare it first. Here are the capital accounts and the balance sheet. So revaluation account, I start with revaluation this time. I have two revaluations. One is machine, the other is stock. Machine has reduced by 9,000. So it is a loss. I write here to machine 9,000. And stock has gone up. I write here by stock. It has gone up by 6,000. I write here 6,000. That's all. So the total we find that this side total is heavier, 9,000. This is 6,000. So there is a loss on revaluation of how much? 3,000. This will go to all the partners A, B and C. It is written there right at the top, they share equally. So it is 1,000, 1,000 and 1,000 everybody. So this is the revaluation account. It gives you 3 journal entries, the same as in case of retirement. It is revaluation account debit to machine first, second is stock account debit to revaluation, and third is A debit, B debit, C debit to revaluation. Okay, this revaluation has been done. After this is done, 2 things have to be done. I take these revalued figures to my balance sheet. I write here machine at the revalued figure. Revalued figure is how much? It is revalued at 91,000 after reduction in value. The machinery has depreciated. And I write stock. Stock has increased by 6,000. 2 things happening. One, write down the revalued figures in the balance sheet, and also second thing is post these loss to partners to revaluation account. This is loss. This will go 1,000, 1,000 and 1,000 to every part. So loss has been posted and revaluation job is over. Then I come here, I write the balances of these accounts by balance BD. Their capitals are 40, 60, 80,000. This is 40, this is 60, this is 80. These are the balances of these accounts. They have been taken. And then after these balances are taken, on this side, I have creditors. Creditors, there is no adjustment. So I take the creditors here straight away. How much are the creditors? 30,000. General reserve. General reserve will go to all the partners. These are the partners. General reserve will be credited to them. This is general reserve. How much it is? 90,000. Equally 30,000, 30,000 and 30,000. So general reserve, this has been done. On this side, machine has already been written in the balance sheet. This has been written. Debtors, there is no adjustment. So I take the debtors as it is here. Debtors are 70,000. And cash, in this case, we notice in these statements that no payment has been made to the executors of the deceased partner. Nothing. No cash has come, no cash has gone. So therefore, I write the cash at bank as the same figure. How much it is? 80,000 as it is. So all these figures have been written. Now come here. I have taken this adjustment, I have taken this one, but I have yet to take goodwill. Goodwill was valued at 1,80,000. Look here, goodwill is 1,80,000. This is the total goodwill of the firm. A is dead, so A's share is equal, divided by 3, 60,000. 60,000 A is going to get from B and C. Now, he will get this share in gaining ratio. Remember this, in gaining ratio, because after his death, remaining partners will gain his share. So how they have gained? We find that they are sharing equally. And in what ratio do they share after the death? Nothing is given. They were sharing equally before death, and after death, what is the ratio? Nothing is given. So we assume that that is equal. So when pre-death ratio is equal and after death ratio is equal, that means the gaining ratio is equal. So I have ratio here which I take as equal, as I explained to you. It is equal. So therefore this 60 will come to A from B and C. How much? 30,000 each. 30,000 each. Now this has to be explained as working note. You have to give this working note, goodwill 180, A share 60, gaining ratio equal. So therefore B contributes 30 and C contributes 30, and A gets goodwill from B and also from C. How much he gets? How much he gets? He gets 30,000. 30,000. Look, he has got his 60. Now here A's account will be debited. It will be debited, sorry, B's account will be debited to A. Nothing will be written in this account. B will be debited with 30,000. And C will also be debited with 30,000. So this is the treatment for goodwill. As I explained last time also, again see, after on the death of A will get goodwill, his share of 1,80,000. His share is 1/3. 1/3 of 180 is 60,000. And in gaining ratio equal, so it will be B and C will share it equally, 30,000 each. So A gets 30,000 from B and from C 30. On this side, B will be debited with 30, C will be debited with 30. The amount goes to A. Within brackets, write down G/W, that is goodwill. Here also you can write within brackets goodwill and goodwill. And you can give reference to working note also. Tell the examiner, please see working note number 1. So he will come here, working note number 1, and will find out, yes, you have yourself calculated this figure and have not got it from some other source. So this is the treatment of goodwill. Now, my dear students, the last point is the deceased partner A. A's executors are insisting upon B and C that profit up to the date of death of A must be calculated, and A should be given profit up to date of death. Let us calculate profit up to date of death. Working note number 2, profit up to the date